Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Long Fallen Dynasty video. Well, we have a brand new update that changes the game, drop rates, and a whole lot more. Let's go over the brand new full patch notes for Wulong. Once again, thanks for watching everybody, and without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Now, as always, I'll be leaving a link down below so you can check out these full patch notes. Let's get started off with the very first section called Additional Features. They've added the setting option to automatically switch lock-on targets upon successfully deflecting or deflecting in response to critical blows. There's a note. Players can enable these options in the game setting by selecting switch lock-on targets after deflecting and switch lock-on targets after deflecting a critical blow. Added as a setting option to switch the lock-on target to the nearest enemy by pressing down on the right stick. Definitely an added bonus because the camera was a little wonky. There's a note. Players can enable this option in the game setting by selecting switch lock-on targets to the nearest enemy. Added option to set the rotation and track speed for the lock-on camera, and these options has been added to the lock-on camera page in the camera setting. They added the option to enable disable inertial moments when rotating the camera. So if you was feeling the camera was just a little bit too fast, that's inertia. This option has been added to the normal camera page in the camera settings, so you can switch that on and off. Modified the reinforcement menu to show warriors who have sworn oaths with the players but are not currently available as companions. Definitely added bonus. Also made it possible to give cups of cordiality. Added an option to allow players to part ways with companions by selecting their current companion in a reinforcement menu rather than using a willow branch. Made changes so that the sort order for the following menu is saved: equipment, inventory, status, set wizardry spells, battle set, and all menus available at the blacksmith. They also added an interface allowing players to compare equipment in the equipment menu. Now there's a note. Further expansions for the companion interface, such as support for the set bonus list and the status menus, are slated for subsequent patches. Made changes to the equipment menu so that players may now check and select equipment set to favorites. Made changes to the travel menu, which will allow players to check their progress in collecting the Taishu golden cicada shells, tablets, dragon vein essence, and dragon vein crystal via icons. Added check mark icons to complete missions in the travel menu. Changed some of the designs and the captions for controls to make it easier to distinguish between the inventory and storehouse menus at the blacksmith. Added a dedicated icon that is shown when automatically restocking arrows, projectiles, and consumable items, and added warning to notify players when their equipment weight ratio exceeds 100%. Next up, we have adjustments. They made the following adjustments to the drop rates, which is huge and the major part of this patch. So now we can get some of those higher rarity drops more consistently. Now, they increased the drop rates of items with higher rarities after defeating bosses in the main battlefields, increased the drop rate of items with higher rarities after defeating sub-battlefield bosses in duels, and increased the drop rates of items with higher rarities after defeating other players in invade sessions. Pretty nice changes if I don't say so myself. They also made adjustments so that items from treasure chests containing equipment will incur random loot only when opening them for the second time onward. So if you already opened up a chest and it's your second time playing through, it's going to be different loot. There's a note. Starting from the second playthrough, such items will have higher upgrade levels and are also more likely to be higher rarities. Pretty nice. They made adjustments so that items with higher rarities are more likely to be dropped after the player defeats enemy with higher morale ranks than the player's current morale rank. They adjusted the lock-on target selection criteria to avoid prioritizing enemies further away from the player even when there are other enemies nearby. Definitely a quality of life change for sure. Improved situations in which the game occasionally failed to automatically switch to a new lock-on target after the player defeated the enemy. Yes, please. They also changed the interaction command for burial flags to the down arrow key or the down on the directional pad. Quality of life change for sure. Made some adjustments to the level of difficulty for the battle against Zhang Lang in the main battlefield Village of Calamity, including the following. They decreased the maximum HP for the first form, adjusted each type of damage. They adjusted the AI and adjusted the camera movement during airborne attacks. They also added a tutorial to the battle against Zhang Liang in the main battlefield village of Calamity. They made adjustments so that divine beast attacks are affected by the player's morale rank, and adjusted the amount of damage dealt by each divine beast, taking into account the effect of the player's morale rank. They've extended the duration of invincibility after performing fatal strikes or deflect in response to critical blows, as the effects of invincibility wore off before the player regained control. Made changes to photograph mode so that the direction of camera movement and rotation is now based on the player's view when tilting the camera. Made changes so that revenge is not overwritten when players are defeated by the target of revenge and are awaiting aid during multiplayer sessions. There's a note. This change will prevent the loss of genuine ki when awaiting aid or when giving aid repeatedly after being defeated by the same enemy. Now, next up, we have major bug fixes. Under bug fixes, fix a crash-prone situation that occurred in certain environments. Fix a bug that prevented players from progressing after matching up with other players under certain conditions in co-op. Fix a bug that allowed players to go outside the bounds of the current stage from certain locations in some stages. Fix a bug that caused characters to become stuck in the ground surrounding objects in certain locations in some stages, making it impossible for players to progress. Fix a bug that prevented players from re-entering the boss area in some stages. Fix the bug that caused peculiar inner elixir to be obtained by defeating players during invaded sessions, even if they had not been previously acquired. Fix the bug that caused a number of enemies to die every time the game was restarted from certain battle flags in the main battlefield darkness over the Hanshu River. Fix a bug that made it possible to exchange items with the Itai Shao every time the game was restarted from the certain battle flags in the sub-battlefield Heirloom Seal of the Realm. Fixed a bug in the sub-battlefield Legend of the Thunder God in which the item drop rate after defeating the boss was equivalent to the rate for minor enemies, and fixed a bug that would sometimes cause Hong Jin to become stuck in the ground after attacking her with a martial arts technique, Antelope Horn, in the sub-battlefield the Serlet Crystals. Fixed a bug in which the sum of special effects values shown by rank will sometimes be displayed incorrectly. There's a note. There is no change to the actual values of each special effect. Fixed a bug in which the special effect ammo held max was not taken into account when moving projectiles between the inventory and the storehouse. Fixed a bug in which the new items list did not prioritize items that had previously been acquired, but were used up and then acquired again. Fixed a bug that caused players' characters to die if they removed equipment that had the special effect for HP on it when they were in the verge of death. Fixed a bug that would sometimes prevent invading players from performing fatal strikes directly after using martial arts technique Dawning Sky and Sky Evergreen depending on the height settings of that character. And fixed a bug that occurred during multiplayer recruit sessions with 3 players in which the time left to provide aid to the remaining player would not be displayed if the player with the new player number had been killed, and other minor bug fixes. And last but not least, Steam and Microsoft Store versions, additional features, added the option making offering to burial flag to key configurations, added the option switch lock on target away from the camera, and option switch lock on target towards camera to the key configurations. And major bug fixes, fixed crash prone situation that occurred in certain environments, fixed a bug which sometimes prevented the destination marker on the sense key map from being displayed in ultra-wide resolutions, and fixed a bug that prevented players from launching spirit attacks if guard had been set to the shift key in control settings. So boom, there you have it, my dudes. That is the full patch notes for today. Once you upload Wulong, download that patch, it is going to be a brand new game. Get out there, have some fun with the drop rates, get your gear on, and I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.